Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Adventures in Silvernell, the homebrewed fantasy world setting for our online game of Dungeons & Dragons. I'm your Game Master, Scott Nicholson. Hello, and I'm here to play D&D tonight with, six of my good friends. Let's show them. We have a new screen, a new special guest. Woohoo! Special guest tonight, Frank Martinez. Hi, Frank.
What's going on, guys? Glad to be back.
And then, of course, our classics, our princesses. Let's start with Andrew Krug.
Hey.
Erica Webb.
Hi.
Alyssa Causey.
Hello.
Margaret Alice. And Michael Jackson.
Hi, I'm Frank.
And Frank is a veteran of Silvernell. He's been in a lot of games. He comes in and he spices up, so we're really honored to have him. Thank you, Frank. If you're watching us,
anytime, man.
If you're watching us tonight on Twitch, don't forget you can use your Rooter points. On Twitch, there are channel points. For ours, we call them Rooter. There's a little green icon at the bottom of the chat. The more you enter into the chat and speak with us, and the more you watch, you build these Rooter points, and then that little green button, there's an option to make things happen in the game live. So give them advantages or disadvantages. There's special ones. Arista, Celia, Venfira, Seer, they all have one. And please spend them tonight, especially on our special guest, Frank Martinez. We also have, Meg, you want to talk a little bit about Patreon?
Sure. If you love our content, you love us, and you want us to keep making all of this happen, a great way to support is becoming a patron. We have a page over on Patreon. It's patreon.com/theadventuresinsilvernell. And for just $5 a month, you get free game art every month. You get early access or exclusive access to behind-the-scenes content. I'm throwing up, as soon as I figure out the best way to do so, throwing up a little video that it's going to be a patron exclusive behind-the-scenes moment from Into the Expanse. So, head on over there. Check it out.
Thanks, Meg. Also, don't forget, Into the Expanse. This Friday is the last Friday we will have Into the Expanse, because after that we're moving to Tuesdays. So now during the middle of the week, just popping in after work, Into the Expanse, check it out. I think that's all for now, so welcome to Campaign 4, Princesses of Power.
For almost 300 years, the great authoritarian immortal dragonlord Alvin has ruled over the material realm of Silvernell. His fear of the water has kept him above the silver seas, yet he found an alliance with the evil mermaids of Eudothia to carry out his bidding. Over the years, the Genasis of the underwater kingdom of Weijier have narrowly fought back the mermaids thanks to its just ruler, King Thrine, and his daughters. But times are changing. Olivine has died. The world of Silvernell is reborn. This is the story of a kingdom after war.
Welcome back, everybody. Let's get straight into it. I went to the wrong screen again. Oh well, let's go. Last time on episode 15 of Princesses of Power, Princess Seer was debriefed by the Order of the Tides on ongoing Silver Seas matters. It was revealed Prince Henry, her brother, had been seeing visions that are coming true in his dreams, which leads everyone to believe Princess Henry is being watched. He has also viewed an oncoming attack to Weijier by the way of food. The Order is suspicious this could be a nod to the food folk, which walk on land, but require Seer to get more information. They reveal the light is to blame for the mysterious bloating plague, another Henry vision. They are calling it Shimmer, but again they have no more information and they lean towards the princesses for more information. The Order fears the merfolk of Eudothia are going to lose focus without their leader Olivine to guide them, and suspects a war could be on the horizon. The Order looks to Princess Venfira to help diplomatically qualm any tensions, and at the same time venture into Eudothia with the aid of Lumkar the Relentless. The Order has planned a Colosseum game during this Festival of Heroes that they hope to see Lumkar win. If he wins, he will be awarded the Sword of the Phoenix that his family heritage activates, and they call forth a Phoenix. With this Phoenix and Venfira entering Eudothia, they will be unstoppable. Princess Seer must choose a princess to enter the games to help Lumkar win. Seer chooses Celia. During all of this meeting, Princess Arista desperately tried to make it inside the Order, but with no luck she was left to wait for Seer to reemerge. After the princesses re-met, and Seer revealed to Arista, a lizard folk of the Quinn dynasty would know more about her origins. They all got together and discovered there's no boat. So their plan to get a boat for the Boggins is kind of crushed momentarily. Princess Venfira presses Princess Mizu about her relationship with her patron Vaskar and wants to see a physical contract between the two to ensure nothing shady is happening. Well, Mizu grabs young Cassia Boggins, who had been cursed on Weijier ship, and calls forth Vaskar, who emerges out of Cassia's mouth. He steps out and immediately cuddles Cassia in appreciation for the vessel, and then remarks he is excited for the Festival of Hero Games. So that's where we will start tonight. In that moment, everyone has now swam up to this alleyway, and standing over Mizu, looking down as Mizu looks straight up, is Vaskar. He has just said the last words about joining the games. Welcome back.
I know Mizu's definitely having a conversation with Voskar. I don't know if other people are within earshot or not, but I know they left off last episode making a couple remarks to each other. He's probably going to look up at him like, you don't look half as bad as I thought you were going to be honest with you. I mean, what is it like seeing me up close like this for the first time? I don't know, have you been watching me through my eyes? Has it been another person's perspective? I still don't really get how this works.
All will make sense to you in good time, princess. As his big 8-fingered black oozy claw comes up and just scratches the bottom of your chin. Kind of hurts a little bit. It probably would do 1 point of damage if you went a little bit further. And just looks into your eyes, and as you look into his eyes, roll a wisdom saving throw.
It's a dirty 20.
You see these vortexes kind of close up and form these eyes looking at you. And he goes, oh, that's who you want to write in the book. Oh, that's terrible. But I kind of like it.
I mean, you only answered 2 of my questions from before, but whatever.
Yes, Mizu. He's going to grab your shoulder and physically scoot you to the side and walking. The sisters are walking towards him. He's looking past you, princesses. What do you want to do?
Mizu's definitely going to call out, too, as he walks away and be like, wait, Voskar, you were supposed to talk to my sister.
We see a giant shadowy figure in the alleyway.
Like
grabbing
an
our sister
8-foot-tall Ryuk from Death Note.
Oh. Yeah, awesome. So Seir grabs her mace and kind of shillelaghs it, and it starts to radiate. She's walking up like, the fuck? She doesn't
Celia,
know it. She's never seen Vasco.
Celia sees this, and as you're pumping up for a fight, she's rotating her shoulders and shit, getting ready just in case.
Excuse me. Next to Seir, just kind of I need to see that contract. I'm gonna get it.
Yeah, so kind of plants herself next to Venfir, pointing her scepter. Excuse me. Who are you and why are you touching my sister?
As everybody's running up and making comments, he has kind of walked past Mizu, has grabbed him, Yes, yes, I'm sorry for any disturbance. He's looking like he's taking in the surrounding of all the princesses, just in sheer admiration of the people underneath him, and looks at Mizu. Of course, a physical contract. This bond between us. And his arms reach out and kind of grab you by the neck as he pulls himself really close to you. Yes, all will be defined, but you have to understand, I've been down there so long. Perhaps I can have a little bit of time to swim around, and then I will sign whatever Princess Vinfira wants me to sign. Promise.
Mizu's gonna take her arms and she's gonna like kind of grab them and like wrap both of her arms around his arm and be like, I told you guys he was real. You guys probably thought I was like crazy or something. Probably like I smoked some brooder, but I told you guys and you didn't believe me.
He kind of leans over and looks at Asir. It's me, Gavin!
Yeah, so you're hearing that very distinct voice. She kind of just like her face sours, like she's like, "Oh, a fight." It's just the turtle. She kind of turns Shillelagh off and drops her arm
I
down.
still think you're crazy. If that means anything.
Look at the source.
Oversoul to a turtle.
Consider the source.
Looks
We have the
over
same parents.
at Vinfira. Do you already have something written up?
I'm working on it. More so, I just want to see what promises you're having Mizu make, first and foremost.
And in the eventuality that something goes wrong, what court will enforce these rules, Princess Vinfira?
Obviously, I would prefer my own, but something tells me, given your questioning that, it's probably not going to be my playing field, is it?
Mizu's head snaps up and she goes, and we totally would like not be friends anymore.
Well, we can organize this later. Perfect, yes, write up whatever you want to. Just, Mizu, you're on your own for a while, okay?
What do you mean? We have to stick together. The second I get you out and you already want to abandon me?
Man.
Roll a straight charisma check.
Okay, I'm gonna use... That's not gonna be good enough.
6?
Yeah, I got a 6, but, I'm gonna use Dark One's own luck,
Yeah, you are.
and I'm gonna add a D10 to that. It's gonna take it to a 10, not great. Very neutral, but better than a 6.
He's going to look at you and say, "You're strong. You'll get along just fine." And then just start swimming away.
Oh, Mizu definitely swims after him, and she's like, Scar, wait up!
Okay, as
Never
he's-
chase after them.
as he swims away and Mizu's swimming over, you guys turn and look as Mizu's running past you to swim over. There are people swimming in these streets. You know, the festival is going on even if the big event is tomorrow. It's very kind of light and dark, though, here. But they swim right over, it seems to be 6 very muscular, like light blue Triton guards, very decked out and like shells that have been put together, maybe melded together with like brass or something shiny in between them to create their uniforms. Long hair and mustaches and beards, and they've got these giant chains, and all of these chains in the middle you see. Please describe yourself, Loomcar the Relentless.
7 Goliath that has a missing eye that is glowing from his encounter with a megalodon. And as they say, an eye for an eye. Got this giant megalodon eye.
What do you look like?
He is a brute that has a strap along his chest. Very muscular, very physical, and kicks ass and takes names.
Mizu and Voskar swim over, and they're pulling him by. They're already halfway past the alleyway. You can just choose to watch him go by. They just carry him right past as you guys just see them. You guys have no idea who this is. Nobody's actually seen him. it's really only Princess Seer that can hear probably people whispering the names or one of the guards leaning over saying the names. So it's very clear that this is the face to that name as they go by.
Yeah, I think that would pull my attention a little bit just so I could have a frame of reference. Does it look like, when I look over to him, does it look like they're like, you said chains, like does it look like he's being held captive, or is it like it's like a decorative, like, ooh, I have these people who are like attached to me? What is the vibe that it's...
The way he's bundled up with these chains as they're swimming, it looks like a prisoner.
They always just leave out certain information that just makes my job so hard. She says to herself. Do people seem to be responding to... Okay, that's also happening. Do people seem to be responding to Voskar's presence at all? So many things.
Yeah, you have a 17 passive perception. You see people swimming around are kind of in shock. I mean, he's swimming very quickly, Voskar is, but it's like this black shadowy figure really far, and you just see like Mizu desperately swimming around him, even though she's a really good swimmer too. She's, hardly keeping up.
Turn to Arista. I'm seen to be pulled in so many directions. The boat, also Voskar, also Mizu.
We have to find a boat. That's the only thing on a very, very, very strict and short timeline. We have to get these humans somewhere safe.
What about the... Oh, God. Okay, boat. Vinfira, do you know where we can find a boat?
How would I know that?
I don't know, you've been down here...
Didn't ask anyone any helpful questions?
Okay. Can I, roll to try and remember if I've heard anything?
While swimming around about a boat being sold?
The gossip.
The gossip, the hot
The
gossip.
gossip.
You want just a gossip check? Okay, sure. Roll me a perception check.
Let's see.
Yeah, girl, I'll be impressed.
This is one of those past tense checks where you rolled it in the past.
10.
A 10? There's really, really good slug burgers. People really love those slug burgers. There's something they do where they serve it sideways.
I wish I wasn't out of money.
And Fira's trying to think, and she's clearly really just dedicating herself. I mean, if it helps if you're hungry, there's great slug burgers down the road. But honestly, boats, I don't know a single thing.
Okay, let's find the nearest vendor.
Hey, hold on.
You see one
have a
2
quick
streets
idea.
over. Sorry.
I have a quick idea. I've got these 3 barrels. I'm running after you guys. I have these 3 barrels. We could just bring them to the top, take the air out, and the boggins can just cling to them for a couple of days.
Yeah, I'm sure that'll be very pleasant for the humans.
Like a floating device. That's an option in case, we don't find a boat because we haven't found one yet. And
It's a good plan B. It's a good plan B.
Just giving you options.
Absolutely.
I don't know. I think that maybe they should have some sun protection.
Okay, you guys swim up on this vendor on the street, and he is selling, it seems like the bones of some sea snakes that would never be down here, which makes them probably rare, and he makes them into structures. Art.
Pardon me, sir. Your art is so lovely.
Hey, thank you.
I'm afraid that I'm in a bit of a hurry, so forgive me if this comes off as a little bit abrupt. But you see, we have some guests who have unexpectedly come to be in a place that their bodies aren't built to be in, and we desperately need to find a way to get them to the surface and somewhere safe on land.
Oh,
Do you know of any kind of vessel artisan in the area, or maybe some sort of smuggler's not really the best word. I just mean someone who would
Oh, yes.
do rides, like a taxi service.
I don't know what that is. Let me roll for it.
Words are hard on the fly.
I do. I once bought a full heart from a monstrosity, a beast of the abyss, from a friend of mine. and it allowed him to travel on it. She's like flying through the water kind of hard. I'm sure he could work on the surface. He got it from a man many years ago. What was his name? Roger Green
Weijier?
No, that's not it. Benjamin Grace. No, wait a minute. Bach was here. I think that was it.
Thank you so much. Do you know where we can find him? We actually have a delivery for him anyway, so that's perfect.
Yes, I believe his oddities are, I think it's part of the oh gosh. Sorry, can't remember the name. It's the Poseidonus Hydronia. Yeah, it's in the Poseidonus.
Thank you so much.
Yes,
and
of
she's
course.
gonna start swimming as fast as she can in that direction.
Spines! Alright, cool. What's everybody else doing? Okay.
Follow Arista towards.
He's going to point down the street where you see it goes into the residential areas, and then way down at the end, there's this big sort of domed sort of building that kind of wraps around. It's got like a science-y look to it, an agricultural look to it. Yeah, as you swim that way, Mizu is desperately swimming towards Voskar, and he seems to be darting a lot, like something's catching his eye, and he'll dart and swim that way. So what are you doing?
She's like on his tail, falling behind me, and falling behind him, and she's probably yelling out every now and then things at him like, "We haven't even got the chance to hang out yet. You haven't even let me show you around, Voskar." Things of that nature as she is on his tail trying to keep up with him.
He eventually stops as you are saying these things, and you come up right behind him, around him if you want. You see, as you kind of can move around him while you're talking, he's staring at this very large, built on the edge of the city, Colosseum that seems to already be glowing with this bioluminescent blue light, and past it is fucking darkness. And he's just enthralled with this Colosseum.
She's like a little bit out of breath as she catches up to him. So this is like what you were in such a hurry for? What's so special about this?
This is the beginning of everything, Mizu. You don't quite understand, but I can hear so much more than you think I can hear. Your ears amplify sound from the material world down to me. That's why I heard that your father never sent that servant through death somewhere. What was it? Seer's boyfriend? Sent him way off to the mainland. Something shady was going on. I didn't hear that. But I can hear so much, Mizu. And
You didn't hear what part of the mainland he got sent to?
I can only hear so far. Listen, I know this is hard for you to comprehend.
His hand's gonna grab the whole back of your head and hold it.
When I go in there, I get to have fun. That will not alter what's going to happen. See, you don't know this yet, but Seer Golf has put something in place to fuck over the merfolk, and I want to see it. So much death. There's something going to happen, Mizu.
Turns your head.
At that Colosseum. And I get to fight Celia. And I get to fight Lunkar. Eventually I'll lose, but I'm gonna make it hard as fuck on him. Just so I can say I was part of it.
You know what? Go for it. I mean, what harm could really happen? It's been a while since you've gotten to really get out and stretch your legs anyways. I mean, best way to warm up is with a fight, right?
I couldn't have said it better myself, Princess.
Well, I'm not supporting it, but I'm like not against it either. You know, I always have your back in the end. We're like really good friends at this point, right, Voskar?
Until you die, my Mizu, you are the strongest bond a patron can be to its whatever you're called here.
A princess, you've heard me say it enough by this point.
patron and princess.
I like it.
Well, I'd love to stay and talk, but you've got a boat to get, I think, before your friends die, and I want to see that.
And he's going to point at the front of one of the Colosseum entrances.
What do you want to go see? I mean, you're piquing my curiosity now.
Are your eyes just like your ears and terrible on this plane?
Roll me a perception check. It's really far. It's really far away.
An 18?
Yeah, you
Thank you
see
with the good eyes.
You
Yes.
see 6 guards with big chains, big tritons, carrying. Frank, describe your character. What do you look like?
Deja vu.
Alive.
Again.
And who is very muscular and fit and athletic. He's got a leather strap over his chest. He's got some scarrings and markings from all his battles, and he's got a missing eye that glows yellow.
And they go through the archway.
She's gonna be like, oh, that guy? What's so special about that guy?
I'll see you tomorrow night and you'll see. Now you be good. Or else.
It's gonna fly off.
Very funny. She's gonna roll her eyes and go, well, I guess it's the least I can do. He's been trapped for, like, so long, after all. I mean, he can't get into too much trouble. And she's just gonna turn and start swimming back to where she knew, like, her sisters last were.
Roll me a perception check in the air, because you're above the city right now.
That was a 4. I'm blind.
It's just really dark water. There's not a lot here. There's like pools of light. But as you're swimming and looking for them, you guys get up to the front of this big building that says Poseidonus Hydronia. Roll me an insight really fast as everybody looks at this. So he gets the highest.
Ooh. Thought I did all right, and then Alyssa was like, "Nope."
Druids.
Okay, so Vinfira with a 27. There are a lot of different markings carved into this Roman-style architecture at the front that you've seen a lot in Eudothia. That it means they grow their own plant food and stuff here. This is where they grow everything, and they just call it Poseidonus Hydronia. But it's not a supermarket because you can't really go in and get it, but it like filters out to everything.
They grow plant-based foods, not food for plants. Okay.
Yes.
Good question.
It's essentially like a plant farm here.
Mizu's diet, basically.
But before Arista goes in, because she's kind of been on the move, I'm gonna reach out and just tap her on the shoulder and cast guidance, give her a little extra boost.
Okay.
D4 to any of your ability checks.
You are guided. The door's unlocked.
Great, let's go in.
Okay, as you go in, you immediately see these long rows of plants in boxes that are floating in the air. There are different cables with liquids going through them. There are a couple people walking around. One's got a clipboard kind of notating different things on the plant. Another one seems to be fixing a part of a wall that's been recently broken. And at the far end is this long table with a board above it that has different things written on it. From a distance you can't really see, but there's someone working at that desk.
The desk there. Okay. Does anybody seem like they have like a headset or walkie-talkie?
No.
Some sort of communication device?
Nothing.
Cell phone?
Nothing that you can see on them.
Okay. Then we'll go with the desk. We'll approach whoever is at the desk.
Okay, it is a very light blue skinned, kind of looks like Margot Robbie a little bit, with this long wispy hair kind of floating there. But she doesn't look very kind at first. She has a very serious, stern face. And she takes a look at you guys as you're swimming up and says, "May I help you?"
Yes, I'm going to start by apologizing because we are very pressed for time, and so this is going to seem a little bit abrupt and swift, and I apologize for that, but here we go. So, we have a delivery for Mr. Weijier, so we are looking to get to him as quickly as possible.
I understand. You'll need to go around the back.
Okay, where?
Go to the right outside. Go as far until you get to the edge of the city, around the side of the building. The edge of everything. And just there, you can't see a door, just knock on the wall.
Okay, thank you so much.
And wait, one more thing before you go, can you please start telling him that if he's going to do this, to give you guys instructions to get to these doors? We're really tired of having people at the desk, okay? And I know it's not you guys, but please just tell him that.
We'll pass it along. Thank you so much. Bye.
All right, you take off through the doors. You go around the side. As you're running around the side of the building, swimming around the side of the building, everything's built on this kind of thing jutting out from a big rock formation in the ocean. So you're at the farthest end away from that rock formation, at the edge of the city, 2 more feet, and you could just see swift darkness for as far as you could see. And then when you look up, there's darkness too, but whatever. But yeah, there's the wall. It's indistinguishable. You knock on the wall. After a few moments, the wall kind of cracks a little bit, and you see kink, this little squishy kind of eye pop up with a few bubbles. And you just hear,
Delivery for Mr. Weijier? I'm
You speak common?
I was just
So
gonna
you yells
cast
out?
comprehend languages on myself.
I think we should just say yes.
Whichever one first.
Yeah, if it's not a language that I recognize, then I'm gonna cast comprehend languages.
okay, it's speaking in its animal language. Does comprehend the language is just like beast. It's just like how this animal talks. So I don't think I'm going to specify what. Anyways, yeah, you can understand him through animal talking. And he's asking what you're bringing for Bach Weijier.
It's a ship.
He asks, where is it?
Where ships live. On top of the water.
He says Bach Weijier is going to want to see it.
Okay, well, we would love it if he would come with us to the surface to check it out.
Roll a persuasion check.
Okay. I have
Let's do
advantage
4.
on those.
Bam.
There you go.
That's a 19 plus the D4. I didn't even roll the D4 yet.
He says, okay, be right back. Door shuts.
That was a weird little guy.
Yeah, it seems to be this Bach Weijier needs to get his process in order. This seems to be a little messy in my opinion.
I mean, if he wants things, like, why do we have to solve puzzles for that?
I mean, I think there's a way to streamline this. I can think of at least 3 just off the top of my head.
Oh my gosh, will you guys focus?
The door slides back open all the way, and it's just this floating, like, sea slug about this big, with these big kind of cartoonish eyes, and he's got, like, at the side of his head, this little box that seems to spark a little light every now and then. And he's just kind of floating. All you guys hear, but Arista hears, okay, come with me.
Okay, lead the way.
As you swim in, it's like this tiled floor, but every tile is kind of a different level. Like it's a millimeter above the other one. So it's kind of this weird stepping tile. Kind of juts off in weird architecture. There are big cases of liquids. They have tubes that go up into the ceiling, and these cases seem to have organic matter in them, where they're growing, dying, decaying. You can't really tell. And this little thing swims to the end of this hallway. It's just really fast and is waiting for you guys.
Come on, keep up.
As you make it around the hallway, you go into this big room with these large containers that the whole room architecturally centers around. And standing there is this Triton man with these golden glasses, with this long, lush white and blue hair. He's got an ascot with his bag full of trinkets that are rattling around. Big, puffy almost Renaissance-y outfit, but floating. You must excuse Gibbety. I just simply wanted to see how you would treat him. Okay, come. You say you have my ship. Are you from the Shark Food Island?
We are, in this particular case, yes. We have been, deputized to deliver this ship to you on our way further past here. But we were hoping that you might be able to help us furnish another vessel for ourselves in return.
Perfect. So, I bought a ship that you're bringing to me, and you want me to build a ship?
Yes.
Interesting.
Of course, if you had another ship that you were replacing this one with, that'd also work as well.
Or some kind of tool that would allow these fine humans that we have traveling with us to travel safely at the top of the water where they can breathe.
Where are they going?
Home, I imagine.
Where's home?
Wimding City.
Wimding City. I'll take them with me.
Is that where you're going?
Eventually.
Well, they have to be up at the surface in 40 minutes.
Oh, dinner reservations?
More like living reservations?
That's rushed. I haven't even give Gibbety a scrubbing. Do I have time for that?
Preferably not.
Roll a persuasion check. And yes, you're rolling a persuasion check to see if he has time to give a scrubby to Gibbety.
26.
46? Oh, 26.
46.
26.
I also heard 46.
Sorry. 26.
Fine. Can I at least get your names?
Oh, sorry, I'm Arista.
Arista, the pink one.
Sure, I'll take it.
Your skin.
Yes, yes.
Random thought. How much would you sell your skin for?
Well,
Okay, hey buddy.
I'm not gonna take it.
Okay.
Everything has a value.
A weird line of questioning that. I don't like science. The collectors are weird.
Okay, Arista, and who are you?
I don't want to give you my name after you asked for her skin. And
I didn't ask, I just asked the price. Okay, I see I freaked you out. Okay, should we go to the ship then? You probably want a reward. Should you get a reward? Is that what you worked out with
the
Shark
reward
Food?
could be you're helping us getting these
To take
people.
them. Your reward is I get to have a party on my way around the world? Perfect. Let's go.
great.
Gibbety!
Although, how
Bring
much
the
would
lungs.
you have to spare for, say, my entire tail?
Interesting. It must grow back if you're so easily giving it away. Does it grow back?
I don't like this guy. He's asking a
Let's
lot
talk
of personal
about this
questions.
maybe later. Let's get our human friends to the surface first, and then I'll answer
2,000.
whatever you like.
2,000.
I'll think about it. Let's go.
Okay, let's go. Gibbety's got bags in his mouth, swimming through the, and he's kind of like floating away, turning off these big machines. I can't believe it. It's time. As you float out the door, he tells Gibbety to lock the door, and Gibbety just bounces his head on the door, and they laugh and then knock heads together. It's so funny.
Cute. Oh my gosh.
Okay, up top.
Yeah,
I believe it's
where do boats go?
overdue.
Perfect. And where are your friends? Have they been here the whole time and we just haven't mentioned them?
There have been some
so-
children with us this entire time. Yes.
Yes, that's
But only two of them.
them.
2 girls.
To them when I talk about the humans.
Cassia and the other one.
Yeah, Cassia is
Lydia.
still really weak, by the way.
She's getting carried by someone, I'm sure.
But she doesn't seem to be like sad and stuff. She seems to be aware and looking around, kind of like shaking it off like a bad sprain, but her head hurts. So that's
It did
good.
come out of her mouth, though.
Dad's giving her a piggyback.
Bach was here. Comments that, oh, crap, they're so quiet. This is going to be a terrible trip. But a deal's a deal. And he's just going to start swimming up. As he's swimming up, Mizu's swimming around the top of the buildings, looking around. You just see this man flutter up. Ah! Hello! Would you like to go on a trip?
Absolutely.
We are going all around the Silver Seas. Wimpting City, Sumplin. We're going everywhere, is what I was saying.
The short version.
Well, I'm in. I think the plan was for us to already go everywhere anyway, so I'm down. She's gonna swim over.
Perfect.
I'm gonna fight tomorrow. We can't just go like
Correct.
us.
We are
Mizu.
not leaving. They are leaving.
Mizu, you have to start asking questions. You can't just go on trips with every strange man you meet.
I'm so glad someone mentioned that. I thought we were just gonna scale over it because that guy was like, "You want to go with me?" And she was like, "Of course, stranger."
Yeah.
And I just was really impressed with her existence for a hot second. My other sister just sold her tail, and it was, woo, I don't know.
Every
Not
time
like
I
this.
accept something like that in the Azirian Kingdom, it always turns out well for me.
That's
You-
because you're a princess of the kingdom. You know that, right? That's how that works.
I mean, I'm the princess everywhere. Like, it doesn't matter where I go, I'm still the princess.
Bedothea is going to be fun, isn't it?
Oh, you're gonna have it's gonna be great for you. We love that. A learning experience for everyone.
All right, as everyone is swimming and talking, Weijier is leading you to outside that Credo Dorson, inside where you first got here with all the plants, with that big tube that shoots straight up to Galayastin. He gets to it and holds Gibbity and just waves everyone, after you, after you, after you. Buggins. Is everybody going up?
I mean, I
Yeah,
guess.
Thought so.
We're all gathered at this point.
Everyone starts shooting up the tube at super speed all the way to the surface of the water. Meanwhile, at the Colosseum, Lungar, the Relentless. They take you to a cell. By the way, during this confrontation, are you putting up a fight, or are you going with the flow?
Game is I have to get in this.
Wait, say that again. You cut out. What'd you say?
I'm putting up a little fight. Nothing major, just enough to be like, I don't like being controlled.
Roll an intimidation check.
Give him vibes.
D20 plus that intimidation modifier.
19.
Oh, hell yeah. All right, these guards are holding you down with these big chains. But big chains only keep you from going away. They don't keep you from getting close. So even though they're in different directions, you sometimes can pull that chain. And you see there's a crack in the surface of these guards a little bit. Maybe a couple of them didn't even want to be on this specific case of getting you. Eventually, they take you to a cell. You guys swim in. They can put you in under your chains. And there's bars that go down like this, and there's bars that go across like this. So the front of these cells kind of look like, a checkered look to it. And they kind of stand up, and they say, all right, you're going to spend the night here until they figure out what to do with you. Someone's going to be watching you 24/7, so don't get any ideas. Do you understand me?
No. Who's they?
You'll see tomorrow, scum. He's going to swim off, and one guard that you can see out of that prison cell is going to just float back against the wall. There's like little bubbles kind of squirt out of his mouth as he just kind of leans against the wall as his feet just like do this gently before he rests on the ground, just staring at you.
I'm going to kind of look at him and be like, you don't want to be here, do you?
No. Now be quiet.
Then let me go.
No. Listen, he gets up and kind of hits the bars. If it wasn't for you trying to go after that freaking sword, I would be going to the Colosseum. I would be seeing the show. I might have even rooted for you. But most importantly, I was going to be with my family for the first time. You know how long I've wanted that? And now your greed, it's all ruined. I'll never meet my daughter. Ever. So why don't you sit in that cell and you shut your trap? I don't care who you are.
Looks at him, you will care who I am. How did I mess up meeting your daughter?
He just stares at you with a scowl. He just stares at you with a scowl.
Don't sit there and stare at me. Answer my question. And I push up against the bars.
Roll an athletics check.
14.
You hit it hard enough that you see at the creases the dust come dirt kind of come out from the crevices and create these little plumes of dust around the edges. Just and he kind of stands up. Look, you! I will get other guards who won't be as nice as me if you don't cut it out.
Your threats don't scare me. Answer my question.
I haven't seen my daughter in 14 years because her mother stole her. Well, she's gone now, and I don't have to worry about that, and I can finally see her. If I'm not there, they might think I didn't show up because I was afraid, and I want to prove to my entire family I'm not afraid.
Where is there?
In the Coliseum tomorrow. But instead, I gotta be here with you.
So let me fight for you. There's a greater purpose.
You want me to let you out of prison? I'd like to see my daughter more than one day before I'm caught, Lunkar.
I promise you won't get caught.
And how can you, a Goliath that needs potions to breathe underwater, that needs potions to withstand the pressure of this underwater world which you should not be in, how are you gonna help me down here?
Because that sword standing in the middle of that Colosseum has more power and more virtue behind it than you can imagine.
So I get it? I get the sword if I let you go?
You can't handle the sword. Only my bloodline can handle the sword. What you get is freedom. You get to see your daughter if you let me fight your ass.
He's just gonna lean back against the wall. I think it's best if you shut your trap. Especially before
He's kind of gonna lean into the bars and go, I don't lose. I don't lose when people put their faith in me.
Jeez, you're relentless. Alright, we cut back to the tube, flying up at Gala Yostin. You guys all come out of the tube all at once. You see that open space all around you, and there is the ship. It's kind of further away, but the water kind of forms into this like tornado in between you two and just kind of stops. And it's that same muscular guy you know before, Valdos, who says, it didn't look like anybody touched your ship. You should be good.
Thank you very much. We appreciate your vigilance.
Oh! Bach is shocked! Wow, he almost runs on top of water for a second before he actually starts sinking in the water. But for a second, it looked like he ran on water. And Gibbity is like swimming in the water, and he's just desperately swimming to it. It's beautiful! It's beautiful! It's beautiful!
Oh.
Yeah,
Wasn't their
he's
choice.
swimming out. The Boggins are there with you guys.
It's nice to see that somebody else appreciates culture around here.
I hope you guys had fun with him. He seems like a real hoot.
I want to thank you all for spending the time to help us when you didn't need to. And we've talked. Well, we've been down there, and our home is your home. We would love to bring Azir to Wemding to show people your culture, and Mizu and Skier and Renfira. Honestly, anytime.
Be the perfect time for you guys to, get some PR practice in, maybe some practice autograph sessions. What do you think, sisters?
We
You're
will
just staring
definitely
at
look you up as soon when we reach Winding City. We will definitely look you up.
Elena's gonna get down and give you a hug, Arista. Cassia's gonna hug you, Mizu. Julius is going to shake Seer's hand and shake Vinfear's hand while you guys are hugging. Alden's going to go up and look like he doesn't have words to say to you, Celia. He's just going to shake his head and smile
fist
at you.
bump. Hey, man. Kapow.
Thanks.
Ow.
As everyone just kind of says goodbye, they kind of get into the water and slowly wade out. Everyone's kind of swimming, and Elena just kind of stops and looks back at you guys and just blesses you and Tempa. And they swim on to get to the ship. From the front of the bow of the ship, you hear Bach Weijier shouting out, "See you later! Goodbye! Goodbye! I will return again one day with more oddities and rarities than Yarmouth has ever seen! Thank you, Squishy Pink One, and the other ones."
You're telling me I could have gone with that guy?
Why would you want to?
I mean, he's a lot more fun and more cool than you guys are. I mean,
He's a lot.
no
I agree
offense
with
though,
you there.
guys.
He does seem fun.
Everyone gained 2,500 experience points.
Yay! That puts us at 78,550. Is that right?
I trust you implicitly.
78,850, because you already had 350.
Whoa.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, 78,850.
Okay, and with that, we're going to take a quick bathroom break. Don't go away, everybody. If you're watching us on YouTube, take this moment to hit share, hit subscribe, let other people know what's going on. If you're with us on Twitch, go to the bathroom really fast and use those Rooter points. And we will see everybody in just a little bit. Goodbye.
Go to the back.
Welcome back, everybody. Princesses of Power, episode 16. We have just now got some XP. Getting even closer to leveling up. We just saw Lunkar the Relentless Evazine with a guard inside the prison at the Coliseum. And then we also saw the princesses finally say goodbye to the Boggins family on Bach Weijier's ship at Gallayaston, which is where we will return. Welcome back, princesses.
Welcome back. See, is the sun out or not? I can't remember. Now that we're up here, is it lighting?
It's like right past the set, so it's like orange and red way out from the distance, but it's black above you, and then stars to your other side.
Sticky ear kind of just like turns. So I guess it's a good time to mention that we now need a place to stay and a ride. Just okay. So
Yep. One thing at a time.
I mean, I'm sure if I just get down there and get to talking to a few people, I can find us a place to stay really quick.
Mizu, that would be wonderful.
In the scariest way, that makes the most sense.
It's the least I could do for you guys, and I mean, at this point, I'm like exhausted. I'm already ready to go to bed.
Boy, I'm exhausted. I'll tell you what. Approximately one level.
Seer says, but also just a moment, and she kind of puts her hand out in front of her, like a you can't see my hand, but she's like, putting her hand out for like a vibes. Yeah, just like put it in. Come on.
Vibes.
It seems you all need to learn how to do this. So put your hands in. Vinfira, you too. Hand in. Everyone there. Awesome. This is how you pat yourself on the back for doing something good. This is on the Princesses of Power. 1, 2, 3.
Princesses of
Power.
Yes.
Yes, we saved the day, so this is a good time to sit in that moment before we go to do something else. Sometimes you get wrapped up in every single moment. You just miss out on the fact that you did complete several moments. So,
Yay.
good job, girls.
So many
Let's
more
go
moments.
have a meal and a sleep.
Yeah, tomorrow's gonna be a big day. Steve's got a competition.
That was the first verbal camaraderie of the group. That's a huge experience you just had. Gain 500 experience points.
Okay.
I got you guys. I didn't fucking up for us.
Mizu didn't cry this time. Yeah,
that'll put
I didn't make a snide comment.
So much is just advanced right there. You should now be at 79,350, even closer to 85,000.
Yes, sir. Put that on my list.
Yeah.
don't think it's gonna make me nicer more.
What would you like to do now?
I'd like to have a meal and a sleep, please.
Okay, as you guys jump back in and swim down, Mizu, how are you acquiring this place?
Just I want to look out first, to see if there's anything within eye shot or anything that I would have remembered from walking around with the Boggin scrolls earlier, or from being up a little bit higher.
You do not remember seeing on the path that you went on any signs that said like inn or hotel or stay or anything like that.
What about food?
Yes, you saw plenty of food vendors in the market during this festival.
I guess when we get down there, she's just gonna kind of gesture and be like, "So, do we just want to do like a fend for yourself? Everybody go get like what is like calling them what your favorite food is, if they have it, maybe."
Could meet back at
Right
a table,
here.
I imagine, is in between all of these places where we can eat.
Mizu will
could
just
I
stick her
maybe-
hand out and point to one.
I'm just gonna
That
ask
one.
somebody to spot me some cash for food, if that's okay.
I got you.
Cool.
All right, everyone describe what you're hankering for, and we'll see what the closest thing is you can find.
I want to try one of those sideways slug burger dogs.
Okay,
Here also, what's that?
that's got the longest,
I did hear about that.
the longest swimming line right now, and but eventually you can get up to the line, and it is these. It's like a sponge. That's the buns, and they do connect on this side, so they turn them sideways like a fucking hot dog, and it's got these still squirming slugs that look this like dark red black, and it's drizzled with this
delicious?
white stuff that's super sticky, and it's super fucking delicious.
Yes.
Those will run you 2 gold each, everybody, if you buy one of those. So take that out of your inventory.
Definitely not
I get
Mizu.
4. I get 4 gold.
This is delicious.
Um,
This is delicious.
I am still keeping track of eating twice a day. You've been really good with the good berries. Today you had something in the morning. So if you do not eat before you go to bed, then in the morning you might have to roll at some point. See if you get exhausted from hunger.
Mizu wants to eat, but doesn't want to eat that.
Okay, what's Mizu in the mood for?
Something vegetarian, maybe like a kelp wrap or something similar.
Yeah, kelp wrap is actually there. It's perfect because it contains all the things that would float away. Different sea plant and things that are grown in the hydron Poseidonus.
That's what she's gonna go for.
Cool. That is also 2 gold, so go ahead. Take those golden shells out of your inventory.
It should be expansive. Special guest advantage redeemed. Thank you, mostly harmless.
Okay, perfect. When we go to Frank Martinez, he'll get advantage. So,
He
what
said 3 cheers for special guest. That's our special guest from Into the Expanse.
Hey! All right, so what are you doing, Celia and Seer?
We got burgers. We got the slug burgers as well.
You did? Everybody got
They're
slug burgers
delicious.
except for Mizu? Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, you all have eaten.
We heard about them, sorry. It's the only thing I knew about. So I was like, oh yeah, vibes.
Mizu, just give me a, what would you like to do to find this place? Are you guys just going to swim around till you find somewhere?
Basically, if there wasn't anything I already saw, I don't see another option unless anybody else has another idea.
Also, for vibes, is Voskar still just hanging out with us?
No, he's
Or
gone.
is
He floated
Okay.
off, he went and did his own thing and I left, so he's gone, and nobody's
okay,
addressed
okay.
that either. That he's just not with me.
That whole hands in the middle
We're dealing
vibes
with
thing would be
things.
really thrown off if he was there.
it's just like, yeah, guys, good. Okay.
Eventually, as you travel around the city, more towards where the Hydronia Poseidonus was, to the left of that, there is, it seems to be a big guild building, and in between there are a lot of tarps over the archways and stuff to this building called the Pelagio's Delight. That is a stay. It will be 3 gold a night. It is a very decadent place.
Oh, that's cheap. Let's go.
It should be cheaper, don't you think, though?
No, that's fucking poor people prices. Let's go, girls.
Okay.
Who's taking that out of their
Never seen
inventory?
Mizu pay
Me, I'll pay for everybody. Fuck it. She's gonna, after that comment, she wants to flex, so she's gonna pay for everybody's first night. If we stay another night, y'all gotta fend for yourself, but.
I look at Vinfira. That's how you get a free room.
All right, 15 gold, Mizu. 15 gold out of that inventory.
Where did you get it all?
I had some with me already.
I have a bunch of gold, too.
Ow! How do I have only 3 left?
Now I only have 6, so.
I haven't spent anything yet. I never do until now.
All right, as everybody goes into, do you want to do anything before you take a long rest and before I go to Lunkar?
No, I'm going to bed. Good night.
I'll just see everyone in the morning for a nice Champion Day meeting. That's all I ask. Thank you. Good night.
Actually, Mizu is definitely gonna try to talk to Voskar if he hasn't come back to like where she is. I don't she's just gonna try to like reach out and be like, hey, I mean, I don't know what you're up to, what you've been up to, but I'm going to bed soon. We got a place at the Palagio, so just if you need somewhere to stay, I guess let me know. I don't want you running the streets all night.
Vinfira's gonna see if Voskar like responds to Mizu and like if she's able to talk to him. If not, then she's gonna just go to bed.
Mizu doesn't hear anything back.
Oh.
She's gonna roll her eyes and be like, men, and go to her bed.
Okay, as everyone's taking a long rest, go ahead and gain all your things from a long rest. Back there in that cell, eventually that guard has nodded off and is starting to float away from the wall just ever so slightly. What would you like to do, Lunkar?
I'd like to see if he's got some keys.
Roll a investigation check.
Well, that is a 11.
Probably in his pockets. You know, you saw them at one point. They're a very strange key that slides in, and then like the end of the key tilts to open it. So it's like a mechanical key. You saw the guys have it before. You don't know where it ended up though.
All right, we're gonna go to Plan B. I'm gonna smack the cage again and try to wake him up.
How hard?
Like I'm double fist in the cage.
Okay, roll an athletics check.
With advantage.
With advantage. Thanks to our other special guest.
That is a 16, sir.
Yeah, you knock it way harder than last time, and this time a couple of the bars on the right side kind of come loose, you notice, but it's enough to wake him up. Ugh. Go to sleep!
I wasn't done with you yet.
Listen, I am not going to break the law to help you escape so you can get a sword. Now go to sleep, Lunkar.
What law are you breaking if I'm in the competition?
Well,
You're
you
gonna
should have
release
thought
me
about
tomorrow.
that before you tried to break in and steal the sword before the games. What did you think you were gonna lose?
No, I'm not going to lose. That is a family heirloom. I need it back. Only I can wield its power.
Well then, are you magical? Can you do magic?
I mean, being a druid count?
Yeah.
Yes, it does.
Yes.
I am magical.
Perfect. Well then maybe tomorrow something magical will happen and you will get out and then you can try to win that sword. But I'm not letting you out. I have a job to do. And if I'm going to miss my chance to see my daughter, then I'm going to do my job to the best of my ability. And your charisma's awful.
You know something.
I know
I'm just going to go glare at him and say, you know something.
No what? What? Go to sleep,
You-
Lunkar.
You're hiding something. You know how I'm getting out of here.
You're a delusional inmate, and I am here to watch you.
What are you so scared of? What are you running from? You know. Just tell me.
Maybe it's just that.
What's up?
Who are you?
I'm Rethardo. Ugh. It's me. In the hallway. Good job. I'm gonna swim away now.
Hey, get back here.
You just see that guard start swimming down the hallway. You are alone.
I'm kind of gonna like rattle the cage in frustration because I'm sitting in here,
Athletics check.
and then I'm going to. $14.
It was enough to break the final bars on the right side, and the right side of the cell bars kind of open. Enough for you to escape.
I'm kind of gonna sit there and ponder to myself, and I'm kind of thinking out loud. That guard knew something. He knew I was getting out of here. I feel like if I escape, not getting the sword. So Lunkar is just gonna go sit in the middle of the room and kind of meditate until he falls asleep.
In the cell?
Yes.
Okay. Go to sleep, and you gain advantage of a long rest. Good morning, everyone. You are now awakened in your hotel. It has been 9 days on your adventure.
Continental breakfast? Do we have one of those here?
I mean, it's more likely a hotel.
It's
restaurant
bougie.
if it's bougie.
Yeah, like
They do have a tray that's outside of your room, kind of off so you don't open the door right into it, or trip over it, that's got some food. Normally, it has smaller things on it, but these seem kind of bigger and more delicious. They are under covers, so they don't float away.
Carbo load. That's what I do. I gotta get energy for the day.
yeah, Celia takes her plate and she's gonna go to Celia's room to eat breakfast there.
Okay.
Benfira's gonna take her plate and go knock on Mizu's door and preemptively grab Mizu's plate because she knows Mizu is not awake yet by any stretch of the imagination.
Okay.
The door would be unlocked, but she's not up.
She's to steal herself. She walks over and very gently places her hands on Mizu's shoulders and kind of like shakes her gently. Mizu, good morning. It's time to wake up.
Good morning, Vinny. Ooh, did I speak food?
Yes, I made sure to bring it to you.
You're such an angel. Thank you, sis.
Mm-hmm. She kind of sets it next to Mizu, and she eats with her.
As Benfira took her normal morning job of delivering Mizu's food, Arista followed the ear to go eat with her and Celia and just kind of listen in on what's happening with the contest.
Perfect. As Arista joins us, Celia's like, oh, just the other sister I needed. So, we have things to do today. As I mentioned, Celia will be Celia will be competing in the competition happening today, and we just need to. So, there's that man we saw outside yesterday, the chains, all the. I have it on good authority that this prize is his birthright, and so we will be aiding in him winning this competition. I look at Arista, and we will be aiding in. Looks at Celia, her doing a little better than usual. just so we can lend her some magic later on, might have to just send her in a little juiced up, and so that way Celia, when our magic fades away, you can calm down. You'll feel our influence leave you, so that way you can go all wild. We don't have to communicate verbally because I don't really know what's going to happen. But I heard 3 competitions: racing, fighting, and then pulling a sword. Don't touch the sword. You don't want to touch the sword. Fail that challenge.
The sword.
Correct. Lose that one.
Okay. This race, it's just like a foot race.
I think you're
Like
racing on a
have to
thing.
run.
I don't know. I think it's like maybe like riding on a, like, you know how you used to do seahorse jousting, like maybe like riding on the back of something. I didn't get too many questions in, but a race of some sort.
Is it too late to pull out? Because I was never really good at that when we were growing up.
Yeah, I know, but I'll help you out with that part.
Pulling out.
Okay. Oof.
Unlike
And
your
then I
daddy.
picture.
Sick bird, bro.
But I thought you'd be the best one to handle the big fight that comes up, and then you could help our friend if he doesn't do as well as they need to. So perhaps you can just throw an extra elbow at their competitor every once in a while just to help them.
Bring him
out.
with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Princesses,
Yeah.
you gotta bring the people with us, and so help rise to the occasion.
Now, is this like a fight to the death kind of thing? Like, are we doing like real hardcore combat, or are we doing like a fight to the sleep?
Yeah, I would assume that they're not going to kill you all, but
You never know.
play that one by ear. If people start going down, you take people down if you need to. Don't let them, kill you.
Well, yeah.
When I do it, I always plan to bring you back. Like, so I have good intentions, and also if you do go down, I will bring you back.
Well, I mean, I know that I could win. That I could win the competition.
Oh, well, I know
that
you.
too.
We know
Yes.
you can win.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
just don't want that to happen.
Okay. So I
figure
race,
it's best to
I
send
fight,
you.
and I lose.
Yes.
Step 1, 2, 3. Cool. Simple plan.
And then reward, I've got, take out some gold, 10 gold pieces with alcoholic names attached to each of them that I'm sure have lots of ingredients that are fancy.
I believe you. I believe you there. Sounds like a good deal. A good dealio.
So you lose and you get this. I put it
Yeah.
back in
Is
my
there like a
pocket.
second place prize for this competition, do you know?
It could be this gold I have in my hand if you want
Okay.
it to be.
Well, yeah. That's good too.
Yeah. Sorry. I don't even know what the real winner gets besides the sword, which is kind of his birthright, which is weird that that's a prize because.
Mhm.
But also, I think there's a lot of
Do
questions I
they,
just don't have.
do they
answers
know
to.
that it's his birthright?
Do they
That's
care
kind
that
of
it's his
insulting,
birthright?
isn't it?
I
Oh,
think that's
maybe.
the weird. Tritons enjoy their weaponry, and this is a fancy
me
weapon,
too.
so
Sorry.
that does make sense because
Yeah.
you're Triton. So
Yeah. Don't make generalizations.
and that's just what they literally do.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying it's a nice thing. But I was curious to know like how you feel being here. We've always been around, the other half of the family, and we know how you feel about them, Mizu. Huh.
Oh, I guess it's fine. I don't really give a shit.
Have you ever met your dad?
Mother?
I don't think so. Not to my memory, at least.
Do you have any interest in meeting him?
No.
Wait.
Yeah.
is you-
Not that I care about like our dad either. He's just like the one. He's like the guy there, So whatever.
Very
I'm not
services.
gonna sit around and listen. I don't even think I'm there.
Yeah.
You didn't hear that guy, right?
What was that?
No.
I'm getting offended from the other room.
He's talking about my dad.
I thought Thrine was your dad, and your mom was a Triton that he cheated on Rizaline with, or was with before
is that the theory that goes
Rizaline.
around?
I got a Rizaline's my mommy.
Does Arista believe that? Because that's tea.
Mm.
It's like, oh my god, Arista? Who? You must have been talking to Mizu. That's how they would spin it.
Yeah.
But no. Well, I was just curious. That's awesome. I kind of use that segue. Look over to Arista. I kind of mentioned there might be some information for you. How are you feeling now that you're outside of the kingdom for the first time? I know you typically don't diplomat often. Your kind of domain is a library, and which just come in handy. You and all those books that I don't know where you hide, but surely you've got so many.
Well, as you say, they're useful.
We're going to be heading to the Quinn Dynasty, as they've now dubbed themselves. And I guess we got some options here, since that is where the lizard folk may be. And also, I think it's about time the princesses of the sea meet those who killed Olivine. So we should have a little face-to-face, see how... Because also, and I look at Arista, I do want to make sure that Olivine is actually dead. People like to start rumors, and his influence has gotten more audacious than usual. Or if a new Olivine has risen up, that'd also be nice to know. Because
I feel
now that he's
a
dead,
couple of steps behind in what you guys are talking about. No, Olivine's dead. Thought he blew up or something. So that's that. Why are we going to the Quinn Dynasty?
well, allegedly they consumed him, and that's a convenient story when you want to not have to prove you actually did something. And so I'm just curious to know if they actually handled the problem, or if they are just spreading the rumor that they handled the problem. But
I understand.
Olivine is just being
conspiracy.
He's just gotten a lot more aggressive now. Since Olivine died, he's been a bigger problem directly to us than when he was alive and invading us for hundreds of years. So I'm just curious to know.
He's probably really proud of that. Or if he could be proud, being dead.
Yeah, the downside of having
what a
that
legacy.
kind of influence. The merfolk were so indentured to him. I can only imagine the other people who would rise up knowing that he is now dead. And so it makes the loyalists come out, as we saw on Sharkfoot Island. They were down to destroy their own homeland, which is wild to me.
Yeah. We don't work for Olivine, right?
I do, personally.
Okay, sick. I didn't, you never know.
Can't speak for anyone else, I guess.
Yeah.
I really wanted to kill. I'm also kind of mad because if they did kill him, how they do it, I've been spending a really long time studying how to destroy that man. I just
I'd like to see his body.
You could always bring him back, right, and then do it again. That's your thing, right?
Win fights you can pick fights you can win, and that's not one I.
I could win that fight. I think I could win that fight.
Well, good thing you have another fight to focus on.
Fair.
You should maybe read a book or two about how Olivine handled Cthulhu and some other large things with.
I don't know. I'm still working on that one book that Arista gave me a second ago. I think it's the third or fourth book I've read. It's boring.
Well, sometimes just living life can equate to a book or two, so you'll learn something either way.
Sick. Very cool. Very cool.
Meanwhile, in the morning, Lunkar, you wake up from your meditating that led to sleep, and beside you is a map with a red line drawn through hallways and 2 sets of keys.
Krug gets up and looks around to see if there's any guards. And picks up both the keys and unlocks the door.
As you open the door, that guard that was there last night was floating out of eyesight of the cage, but he is now floating there against the wall and looking at you. Not moving, just watching you.
I look at him and go, "Good morning."
The tide is rising. Good luck at the games. And he's going to swim away, and as he swims away, you hear, "Hey, you need some help down there?" "Nope, this is fine. Go on with your business." And he's going to turn back and look at you and swim away down the hallway.
So I guess Lucar's going to look down at this map and follow the path that is drawn for him.
Okay, as you follow the path, it kind of goes down some circular, arched hallways before it stops at a point and says, "Wait 5 seconds." immediately a hallway that crosses that one. Some guards come running by as you see them run by. And then the path continues on the other side of that hallway moving forward.
I continue down that path.
As you get onto the path, it leads to a stairwell. Takes you up some stairwells. And then it says, and the red stops and says, take the third chute. And as you look up at the end of the stairwell, it's like laundry chutes, but there's 1, 2, 3 of them.
Mooncar's going to walk up to the third one and take it.
As you take the third one, it's really tight, but you're able to get in, and it takes you down a couple of flights. And then as you walk out, you're in a hallway that's much nicer, looks much more expensive. And the line draws to the left, the right, into a door.
Kind of going to look around and think to myself, this is way too nice of a place from where I was. Something doesn't feel right. And I'm going to walk to that door and open it.
On the door, it has a engraved plaque that says Festival of Heroes competitor Lumkar the Relentless. And your key fits perfectly in the door. And as you unlock it and you open it, it's a suite specifically for you with a weapon sharpener and a huge bed and a table of food.
I'm going to continue to look around. Does Lumkar notice anything of who did this for him, or like a note, or a guard in the area?
Roll an investigation check.
That would be a 16, my good friend.
As you're looking around the room, you can't find anything in the drawers or on the bed. It seems very plain room for you to live in momentarily. But as you look at your map and flip it over to the other side, light kind of shines across it, and it says, like it appears magically before it dissipates, the Order of the Tides. Shoo, and shimmers away.
Kind of going to glance to myself, Order of the Tides. What are they arranging? Why do they need me?
Roll a wisdom saving throw.
$18.
Nice. The paper is activated upon reading. You now lost your memory for the past 4 minutes. The last thing you remember is waking up in that cell. And now you remember here. You do not remember the guard. You do not remember going down these hallways. You do not remember the Order of the Tides. You woke up in the cell, blinked, now you're in this room. And there's a thing on the desk that says Lumkar the Relentless.
How did I get here? Why am I here? And I kind of just look around in like a distraught kind of feeling. And just thinking to myself, what happened?
Alright, we go back to the room. Mizu and Venfira, were you guys talking?
I feel like Mizu's blabbering on about stuff that doesn't even matter. She's going, and so like I even tried to call him again later, and he didn't even talk back to me. Like, what is up with him? I get him out into the world for like the first time in a long time, like years, and this is how he treats me. Unbelievable.
Venfira, for once, is actually going along with it and like seems to be genuinely going along with it. She's like, honestly, I do not understand his mind, and quite frankly, I don't even know what my man is doing in jail and all of this.
Wait. He is not my man. I think you got it twisted. We're like besties, you know? I mean, he's like my other half. He's my yin to my yang. He's my sea to my shell, you know?
Keep going.
Yeah, keep going.
When Fear kind of looks at her, you know that people don't typically speak that way about purely platonic friends, yes?
Well, I mean, this is like our first time even being like near each other. He's been talking to me through a turtle, I think, this whole time.
Point being, I simply meant, as for my man, not to make any sort of romantic implication between you and Vaskar, I simply meant it in a platonic sense.
Yeah, I guess. Well, enough about him. I don't want to think about him anymore. Tell me more about your man.
Well, you know, she's clearly, like, not responding, avoiding the line of questioning.
What's the big deal? Is he ugly? Is he poor?
You know I have better taste than that.
I mean, what could be worse than that then? It's nothing.
Well, it's just, he's a merfolk, and I mean, I know that you would only a little bit judge me for it, but it's just...
I mean, he's not a genasi, but they're fine. I mean, they're not ugly.
Well, he's just, the tall, dark, handsome sort that really sweeps you into his arms,
Ooh, so that's your type.
Well, I need someone with at least half a spine.
Yeah, I mean, I usually go for, like, the ones that look like they don't have any blood in them, like real thin. I love those kind.
You would just really like something that you could just about snap in half, don't?
Yeah, I like being in charge.
Oh, don't we all know it?
I feel like Mizu will just trail off. Like, they're not having any sort of important conversation. They're just having breakfast and gossip.
Okay, the floor belongs to you five until we go back to Limcar.
Well, when does the contest start? Do we need to get her, like, signed up or something?
What time of day is the concert, or when do I know about?
They just had mentioned the evening of today.
I'm pretty sure it's tonight, but we should go to the Coliseum and kind of scope it out. Maybe we can kind of figure something out. Maybe we can figure. I'm not sure who else is going to be competing, but there will be other competitors. Maybe we can snoop around and learn a thing or two.
Sounds like a good idea.
Check out your competition.
I'd love to learn more about this race if I'm supposed to
Agreed.
do good at it.
Sounds like we got a little objective for the day at least. So yeah, we will head towards the Coliseum. I guess I will, as passing by Mizu and Benfira's room, whichever is first, and I'll just like kind of knock to see if they answer. Just really.
I'll tell Seer when she gets to the door that I'm in that she can come in, and she'll probably see us like sitting on the bed eating breakfast.
Oh, good morning. I'm glad everyone's up. We're going to be going to the Coliseum to check out this competition thing that we're supposed to be going to. Would you guys like to join? Mizu's going to be a great opportunity to network. Anyone's going to be there.
Oh my god, you mean like right now? I'm not nearly ready. I just woke up.
We'll take your time, and we'll be at the Coliseum. And
Oh my
we'll know when you
god.
arrive.
She gets up and she starts like frantically going through like things to start like making herself look presentable to like important public figures.
We're just gonna go.
Vinny?
If that's a...
You
I'll
want to join her? Wait.
handle her. It's fine.
Sounds
Very
good.
cool.
Someone has to do it.
I'm glad you volunteered. And heads out.
Mizu wouldn't be far behind them either, maybe like 20 minutes, just enough for her to like think that she is more presentable, but not like a couple hours.
Sometimes you just gotta light a fire under her, get her moving in the morning.
And
Her own
Arista,
ego
you're
works
going
best.
with them? Okay, you three swim out all the way across the city to the Coliseum. It's morning, people are coming up and just now starting to fill the market area. Stalls are being reset up with items in them. Seems to be a couple stages being set up for some performances, stuff like that. But you make your way to the Coliseum. There's already people coming in and out of different entranceways. As you swim into one of the many entranceways, there is concessions, there are items. It's kind of like a second marketplace. Eventually, swimming around, you find this booth with information.
Convenient. Yeah,
Very
we
handy.
need information.
There are 2 Tritons standing there answering questions for people. Or swimming.
Well, first I'll look at the brochure. Does it kind of give any does it explain more than I already know?
It explains that this is a festival that's been changed this year. It is an annual festival, but the Coliseum event has been changed this year. It's the first year it's been changed. There's a viperfish race. Last place will be eliminated. It is in circles inside the Coliseum. There is, right after that, the audience will vote out who they think is the least charismatic. So 2 people technically get eliminated. They're leaving 3, and then there's a battle, and then the battle is first below 10 health is eliminated, and then the last 2 try to pull the sword from the stone. Whoever can do it wins it.
Okay.
Great.
And it's happening
Perfect.
kind of around 7 tonight, so you've got some time, ish.
Does it mention anything about how one enters this contest?
You hear them kind of talking to a father and his son, a couple sons. One's kind of jumping around, but the other one is telling he wants to fight too, and they're kind of telling him one day he'll be able to sign up, and if he does, they'll give him the information. But generally, sign-ups are months before the event.
Of course, of course. So we need to figure out where the competitors are staying, and you need to replace one of them.
Oh, so you're kind of looked over. She's like, oh no, we're good. She's competing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, makes things less complicated.
But you see how they said the viper fish racing? Like, are you racing on the fish? Is it racing on your behalf? It's just so ambiguous.
You're racing on
Do I
them.
have to like
Excuse me,
carry?
sir.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're racing on them.
Riding the fish. There were
So you gotta ride-
probably photographs accompanying
Yes,
this description
sure.
in the brochure
So
of
it's
past
clear.
riders on their viperfish.
Yes.
How has it been changed this year? What is so different this go round?
The
Not been
last
before.
event, usually it's 2 rounds of battles, but this event is a sword and stone event, which has everyone excited.
Has it happened before? Or is this like
Nope.
a debut of
The debut of Sword and Stone.
what's the T on the sword? Or is it just like a really hard thing to pull out, or is it like
It says it's a valuable item that was recently acquired from Eudothia in trade for merfolk prisoners. But no one can get it out of the steel block that it's in.
so potentially no one could win?
No. Yeah.
That's what the rumors are.
That's really
That's pretty
dramatic.
chill.
And besides the sword, what does a winner get normally from this competition?
It says there is a large shell prize. That's all it says. Because usually, roll a quick insight check, you. And somebody's helping you, so get advantage.
Okay.
You're all together, I imagine. You're like, I'm thinking this alone.
Oh no.
So you're definitely going to help you.
I rolled 2 10s for 21.
You can hear rumors around that. What was the question you asked? Make sure I'm answering anything.
Pride.
Oh, like what does the winner get? Like what normally?
Normally.
Because they said
Yeah,
you get
large
just
shell
the sword.
prize.
Because I imagine you getting the sword. Okay.
I thought
Is
there was something
anybody?
else.
Is there a prize for second place? Is there a prize? No. I get okay, so I could get like a large shell prize if I win, or like 10.
All right, Triton ask you if you guys need any help.
No.
We're all good. Thank you.
Thank you. Enjoy the show.
Yeah.
Listen, sometimes being a princess is doing what is best for others and not for yourself. You
Yeah.
still get some gold, and also you get to show off. That sword belongs to someone. You know, that's at least what I've been led to believe is it belongs to that person. So, well, you don't want to, take their sword.
Yeah.
Maybe helping
You're
them out, they could give you some.
Yeah.
Like you go drinking buddies. Like maybe you could.
Okay.
Maybe you could tell them, hey, I'll throw the match if you give me part of the prize, and
Part
then
of the sword.
you're already planning to throw the match, and now you just also get paid for it. So on the fly.
All right, these conch shells that are attached to the ceiling that are very large. This booming noise comes out of this voice that says,
Hello and good morning, citizens of Yarmouth. It seems the event will happen very... Hold on.
"Please, give you an."
Anyways, like I was saying, tonight's performance will be extra special. All of the fighters are in their little rooms getting ready. There will be bloodshed, so don't bring the small kid. Wait a minute. Bring the children. Yes, bring the children. I'm excited to see everyone tonight. Root for your favorite warrior, and remember, at the end of the day, we're all here to have some fun.
Do we
That was
hear Boskar's voice? Or
Everyone hears Voskar's voice. Every person in there.
Oh, so
Here
he can
goes.
do that, but he doesn't have time to fucking call me.
Seer's like, oh, so that's what it's like when I just make my voice real loud all of a sudden. That is kind of rude and scary. I don't like that. I will be
Yeah,
It was
but
coming
it
out of the
usually
loudspeakers of the
hurts. It usually
Coliseum.
hurts a
Yeah,
little
she's
bit more when you say that. Yeah.
Oh, so I'm louder than him? Okay, that also
I would
makes me
say
feel
so.
better. Thank you.
That also was in the room of Lunkar, so Lunkar, you heard that as well.
Should you be somewhere with the other competitors getting ready to fight?
I have no idea.
You need to
Hey,
prep
excuse
the-
me, sir.
fight?
Should I'm in the fight. Should I be somewhere or the competition?
You're one of the
rather?
competitors? I'm sorry, what's your name?
Yeah. Celia.
He
That's-
says something to the Triton beside him. The Triton shuffles through and looks at like this small book he has. He flips it up.
Yeah.
What's your passive perception?
8.
Okay, Arista and Celia or Seer says no name after 4 names, and he leans up and says, "I'm sorry I don't have you on the list, but since you guys were looking at the book, you see it shimmer across and Celia's name appear. I'm sorry. I don't quite understand. You are a competitor for this event, but I don't have you written."
Yeah. I thought you guys said that I was like in the competition.
My apologies, Princess Celia. Yeah, I'm sorry, I don't know how I missed that.
Yeah. You know what? I have trouble reading sometimes, so I can't like put you to blame. No faults.
Oh,
I'm on my like 4th or 5th book right now.
my apologies. I will lead you to your suite immediately.
That's okay. You can take your time. Do you have something to do first?
My friend here is going to keep track of information, but it's important we get you inside and get you ready for battle. When did you arrive?
Okay. Yeah, I'm here right now. You saw us walk up, right?
Oh, right. I'm so sorry. They should have.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. They should have said something to you sooner. Come on, right this way. And are these?
Oh.
These are your. This is your family, your friends.
Yeah.
The entourage.
Okay,
Well,
they are
of course.
free to join you. I just need their names.
Okay. Do you guys
Yeah.
want to say your names? Monikers, maybe?
I'm
yeah,
sorry.
I'm gonna look to Seer to see if she gives her real name since it's an order thing, and if she gives her name, then I'll give mine.
Yeah, she just says Princess Seer.
Okay.
I'm Arista.
Arista.
If somebody called Venfira comes by, they're also part of me. But if somebody says Mizu, they're fucking crazy. They are not allowed near me at all.
Oh, okay. We will definitely alert our guards. And Venfira, is that an F or a PH?
I have no idea.
Okay, I'm gonna go with
PH.
F. Oh, PH. Perfect. Okay, right this way. He's going to lead you around this market inside
balance.
Coliseum, food court / thing, into a hallway. He's going to take you down a couple hallways until you get into this super nice hallway, and then you see this set of 5 doors, 2 on the left, 3 on the right. You notice the doors read out Merlin Yanaruth, competitor, Rennis Crushron, competitor, Nara the Nimble, Lunkar the Relentless, and Princess Celia of the Azir Kingdom.
Guys, I feel a little self-conscious at the moment. A lot of these names have like the something afterwards, and do I have to? How do you get one of those?
Well, you have
Like
something
somebody
better.
didn't name their child that, but like,
Well, it's kind of sometimes you use it for like for vibes. You all call me Seer Goth, but on the battlefield they call me the Dark Princess. It gives us a certain tone because like, whoa,
So it'd be
why
Seer
the
Goth, the Dark Princess.
Yeah, but if they don't know my real name, it's just the Dark Princess because I'm on the battlefield. Shut up.
I want one of
So
those.
maybe
That's all.
yeah,
Maybe
like
you'll earn one tonight.
Yeah, like the hands, the hands.
the wet knuckle.
Yeah, the wet knuckle, Celia, the wet knuckle. I like that.
Are you gonna describe that?
No, we'll just think about it. I'll think about it for a little bit.
We're just workshopping names in the hallway.
Okay,
Yeah, I'm gonna go into the room.
Loomcar, what's your passive perception? That'll be on the left of your sheet toward the bottom under all your 6 stats.
Come on, Druid. Let's see what you got.
If you can't find it, you can just roll me a perception check. Whichever's easier. Or higher. What'd you get? Oh, you're still doing it.
Yeah, no, sir. I suck. I got a 19.
You hear commotion outside your door.
Still kind of distraught and trying to figure out the weird voice that I... Do I remember the voice? Was that before or after my memory got wiped?
Are you talking about Vaskar's voice? You
Yeah,
heard that over
when
the
he
intercom.
took control of the guard.
No, you didn't witness any of that.
Yeah, no,
You don't remember any of that.
okay. But I was still distraught trying to figure out how I got in the room. I kind of opened the door and just kind of look around.
Oh, wait. I'm sorry.
I-
That was the night before. Yes, you do remember that. And yes, you were smart enough to piece together that that was the same voice. I see what you're saying now.
Okay, kind of started figuring. I was like, I know that voice from somewhere. Kind of mumbling this out loud. Kind of open the door. Do I see the princesses in front of me?
Yeah, they were just talking about this what you walked in and heard was
How did they
them
get such
laughing
cool
about
names?
wet knuckle last names, and then they just opened the door. So you're watching as their backs are turning against you going into this room.
Kind of look over and go, do you guys know who that voice is? I heard him last night in my jail cell.
Look, this guy, like
Large-
he has the relentless after his name. Like, that's
Right.
cool, okay? How do you get something like that?
And I'm going to kind of like say, I'm relentless.
Okay,
I guess it's
no,
kind of
yeah.
self-explanatory, really. Like,
Just
you
be
said
the
you heard
thing.
that annoying voice that just came out of the intercom. You heard it previously where?
Yeah, that annoying voice was by my jail cell last night.
Oh, fun.
How about you just come on over here? We just have a little chat real quick, but not in this hallway. Just join us in our room real quick, if that's all right with you, Celia. You know, we can talk about how you establish a brand that's like the Relentless. So
That's
just
true.
come join
This
us,
is like
Mr.
this is the
Relentless,
guy,
sir.
right? This is the guy.
Mm-hmm.
The
Seer
guy.
Goth.
Inside.
Oh,
Seer Goth. And she kind of is like giving a.
All right, did you guys go in and shut the
handshake
door
and-
before we go to that? Mizu, are you done with your makeup?
I feel like around this time she's finishing up and getting her things ready, and of course grabbing Ganon to head that way. And she's gonna be going over there not with the intention of like trying to get where everybody's at. She's going to find like the important people. So she's got her like pictures of herself, ready to go to like sign autographs.
And Vinfira, what are you doing?
Honestly, she's just helping Mizu get her stuff together at this point because God knows she has a million different things to grab. She also low-key did do her makeup with her if Mizu let her borrow a couple things.
Absolutely.
Okay, well, as you're swimming out and looking for the most important people, go ahead and roll me a perception check with advantage because Vinfira is looking with you.
I feel like at this time too, Mizu's gonna be giving her a pep talk about like, you know, like this is your first lesson in like the way the public views you. Like here's your chance to like dip your feet in the water as they're looking around. That was a 16.
Okay, from where you are leaving, you see a lot of people behind the Pelagio's Delight coming out of a big aquarium. You see people coming out of the huge Guardians Guild, And then in front of you is the Aquilus Library that you see people coming out. But in terms of important people, it seems strong people are coming out of the guild and artists are coming out of the guild. You see everyday common people are coming out of the aquarium, and you see scholars and some commoners coming out of the library.
You know what? Fuck it. She's just gonna get in the middle of all of it and plop herself down, like, ready to go, you know? Not in front of, like, one specific place or one specific group of people. Like, she plops down expecting people to come and, like, approach her.
Are you doing anything or just waiting?
No, she literally just sits down, like, properly, like a princess, and then gets, like, her papers ready to hand out to anybody that might, like, come by to see if she can talk to them about, like, Azerian culture and, like, her being a princess and seeing if they want an autograph for her. It's like, slowly started to twist more into her also talking about the kingdom as she introduces herself and not just about completely her.
Roll a performance check.
That was a 17.
People who have been walking by you, not giving you the time of day, or swimming by you, have not given you the time of day. Eventually, people start swimming and listening over to you as you start talking about the Azir Kingdom. Vinfira joins in with you. We pan out and go to this room that says Princess Celia of the Azir Kingdom. We go through the keyhole, and we see Arista, Seer, and Celia standing there talking with Lumkar the Relentless as his eye glows. And as we move into the glow of the eye, we just see Voskar over a pile. We, not you, see Voskar over a pile of bodies in a big room with all these magical devices looking over the Colosseum and looking over at this, like, Roman-style clock. I cannot wait. And that's where we will end tonight.
I fucking love your cinematic ending description. I'm like, all right, this is the wrap-up.
Gotta leave you on a moment, and you're like, oh.
Got a lot
So
going
good
on.
at leaving on a moment.
Cool. That's where we'll wrap up here. Thank you so much, Frank, for joining us. I can't wait to see what happens during this event. Thank you guys for playing.
Yeah. You both.
Don't forget, if you're still watching us, thank you so much for coming and watching all of it this far. Make sure you share, like, and subscribe, and come back on Friday for Into the Expanse. Anything
And
else?
again on Tuesday.
And then again on Tuesday. And then it'll be a Tuesday, Wednesday. You can binge us every week. Awesome.
Yay.
Thank you guys for watching. We hope you had fun. We will see you next time for episode 17. Good night.